friends, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to talk to you about jackfruit. I was recently given a bunch of jackfruit, about 6 containers of jackfruit, and I was able to keep 3 or 4 of them, and they are really delicious. Now, this is fresh cut jackfruit, a product of Mexico, and this would be the first time I've ever tasted fresh, ripe, sweet jackfruit. It looks like this. It is very, very delicious. Now, for me, the flavor is similar to melon, and kind of like mango, like a mix between melon and mango. And then it has like this kind of funky taste, like milky, like kind of a cheesy or a milky taste a little bit as well. Now, the texture for me is giving bok choy, 100%. You know how like at Chinese restaurants, they flash fry all the vegetables so that, and the meat and stuff, so it soaks up the sauce better, and you can get like that super juicy bok choy, the white part at the end. That is what this tastes like to me. It reminds me more of like celery or rhubarb than it does meat. Now, this is sweet, ripe jackfruit. Apparently the young, unripe jackfruit is what people use as a meat substitute. And I did taste a few pieces that were really thick and kind of underripe, and I could see them having a little bit of a meaty vibe. But this is very vegetal to me, very fruity and very vegetal. It's like juicy, almost like a melon, but then the texture is giving bok choy to me. I don't know. And then I want to talk about canned jackfruit for a second. It's so gross. People are always talking about, like, vegans are always talking about, oh, it tastes just like chicken. In what world does canned jackfruit taste like chicken? First of all, it tastes like brine. And second of all, it tastes like mush. It doesn't even taste like jackfruit. Canned nothing tastes like, the only thing that I think holds up to canning are chickpeas in a strange way because they're very, very hard. And then corn, because the same little yellow thing that, TMI, but that comes out sometimes when you don't chew it all in your poo, is what protects it from breaking down in the canning process. But other than that, everything else is just mush. Canned jackfruit is just mush. I've tried to use it as a substitute for chicken. I don't know how people, don't gaslight yourself into thinking that jackfruit from a can is a substitute for chicken. Maybe jackfruit right out of the shell or right out of the casing, a young one might be. But this is sweet and it's really delicious. And I think if you were making like a fruit plate, like a tropical fruit plate, and you had jackfruit on it, or if you made like a charcuterie board and you put it on here, people would be like blown away just because it's very unique, and very exotic, especially in the United States of America. But I really, really liked it. And I would like to have it again. I ate like 3, like I said, like 3 or 4 of these. So my stomach is super full, but they don't have, I looked it up online. It said it had a ton of sugar. For me, it didn't hit my bloodstream in a very offensive way. Now, I did get some dried jackfruit one time, a giant bag of it from Costco, and I did eat the whole bag, and I ended up passing out a couple of times. I ended up having some issues with my blood sugar, and so I didn't get those bags anymore, but it was probably just because of the amount that I ate. Anyway, yeah, so jackfruit, if you see it in the store, try it. It's a lot of fun. I love stuff like that. I've always wanted to try jackfruit. They're like fresh. And it was really great to get this. And I also would like to try durian, the one that's stinky. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I think that would be a lot of fun. This would also be really good as maybe like an ice cream or something. It kind of gives it's like a very subtle sweetness in the realm of like a date or a pear. Like it's definitely sweeter than both of the things that I just mentioned. However, it's like a muted sweetness. It's like, imagine if you took a mango and a melon, you know, like a honeydew. Yeah, the green one, a honeydew melon and a mango, where the melon is kind of like diluting that super tanginess that comes from the mango. And that's what this is. But the thing that was the most surprising to me is that the texture is bok choy all the way. It's not giving chicken. It's 100% not giving chicken, but this is the sweet kind. Anyway, all right, that's it, friends. Jackfruit. Love you. Bye.